community. Inspire Radio.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Inspire Radio. You're here with Jack.
And Danny.
And we have the pleasure of having some special guests with us today. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Kim.
Hi, I'm Jules.
Hi, I'm Bella. Hi, I'm Georgina. I'm a trainer at Insight Training Organization. I've got my students here with me today, so thanks for having us.
Hello, I'm Jeff.
And my name is Chris.
And I just wanted to say thank you all for coming in today. I really appreciate your time, and it's good to talk to you guys. Hope you didn't mind coming in to see me and Danny today.
No, it's our pleasure.
That's lovely. So
Yeah.
I believe there's some questions you wanted to ask me and Danny, or shall I go first?
You can go first.
So how's studying going? What are you currently studying, can I ask?
We are studying Cert 3 in Individual Support for Disability.
That's interesting because my brother, who's a twin, he goes to Curtin University as well, and he does engineering for his studying, and he's really enjoying it at the moment, but he's also busy in his career as well because he's also currently in a rock band.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking of going to one of his gigs that's coming up very soon. But, you know, it's good having a brother in the family. He loves me and I care about him, and that's what I can say to family. When family matters, you just got to make them come your first priority.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, no, this is a wonderful thing to have you here today. When I first got the news that Tristan said that you guys were coming in, and he asked me whether or not if I was interested. I'm glad you guys did come in when you did, because there's a lot of questions I've been preparing in my head that I'd like to ask you.
Okay.
And I've just been wondering, what's it like being starting? Like, how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel good as a human. Like, I love giving back to my community, and I've always come from a caring background. I come from a caring family, and it just makes me feel like I'm doing something good at the end of the day. Like, I go to bed feeling like I'm actually trying to make a difference. And yeah, it makes me feel all warm, and like I feel good.
Yeah, I can understand that, because it's good when you're committed to something and you're giving it nothing but 100%, and that's all you can do, or that's or what we all can do, because that's what I tell myself. If you're committed to something, just give it a go. Like, when I first came here, I admit the nerves were, I was really nervous at first to begin with, but I'm happy from where my career is now, and my family's so proud of me. Yeah, so, no, I can't imagine working anywhere else. And Danny and I are a good match. He likes me, and I like him, and he gets me, and I get him.
And we go out on Saturdays as well sometimes. And
Yeah,
take him
sometimes,
out.
because Danny's involved with Mabel. So I'm not sure if you've heard of that organisation, Mabel. It's where you type in a person's name, and they locate disabled support workers that are in your area. And if you're a match, they come to your house, get to know you. Or Danny and I first met when we were in high school, because we both went to the same high school together.
Yeah. We went to Seaton together. And I also know a couple other people from my school that go to, because we're from For Life Schools, that's my organisation. And I know a couple there from school as well. So, yeah, it's nice. Jack already knew me.
Yes.
He knew me from that as well, so we just thought
So
Saturday would be nice.
we've actually known each
Yeah.
other for a long time now, and we're really enjoying each other's company.
So
Yeah.
How long is your course going for?
I think we finish in a week, 1 week.
As I said earlier, I'm the trainer. I train in AID and disability. I've been working in the industry for a long time, and it's reached a point where I thought, you know what, it's about time for me to actually share my knowledge, teach people how to care for the elderly and people with disability, because I'm really passionate about the elderly and people living with disabilities, because I think they deserve to be treated like anybody else. And I believe, as you said before, if you do something you're passionate about, it gives you so much joy and pleasure. So you give it absolute best. So, and it gives you, you don't feel like it's a chore. It's just, you don't even see the time flying past. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I meant what I said before. If you're committed to something, just go for it. And I admit things can be hard in the beginning, but you never know until you give something a try. I mean, who knows what you can achieve? Like, you work with people with disabilities, and that it takes a lot for the person who has the disability, like to get to know you first. Like, they might feel a bit anxious or a bit scared, but that's understandable, and you can understand where I'm coming from when I tried to say that to you in a clear perspective.
Well, my passion has always been to help people, and this is the direction that I thought would suit me the most. And I just love to help people. It doesn't, in any stage of their life or with anything wrong that they have. So I really couldn't imagine doing anything else.
Yes. Can I ask, what encouraged you the most? Like, what gave you the strength to be the person that you are today?
I've seen a lot of disabled people that weren't treated properly, and I just want to make a difference so that those things don't happen anymore, and that they're treated properly, just like a normal human being.
Yeah. Well, I can understand that, because when I was born, the doctors actually told me that I wouldn't talk, that I might be deaf. But I can actually talk now, so I've proved them wrong.
Yeah, that's great.
And you've excelled at it.
Yes.
Now you talk to everyone.
I know, but that's the best part about it. It's better than using sign language and being deaf in that moment. Yeah.
Well, that's a real achievement. That's what people like us endeavour to help with.
And to be a part of, really.
Yeah, to be a part of.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that when you work with people that have different abilities, that can be very well, just a bit upsetting for you guys sometimes, seeing someone that that's not able to talk, and it breaks your heart. Well, because I know in my life that I know it does break mine when I see someone who has a disability and that can't talk. So I know how that feels.
I would say definitely, like, for me, even on the days that, like, I'm in pain, sometimes I can't communicate exactly what I'm feeling, and that hurts me. So I can't imagine what it would be like for someone else who can't, like, you know what you're trying to say, but people might take it, like, the wrong way or not get what you're saying. Like, that is something very hard that, I think all of us kind of, like, we want to be able to help, but not being able to know what is wrong, like, it is hard. It really is, like.
Yeah, like, I'd say, for example, we all have different ways of trying to get through things, and I'll admit it can be hard in the beginning, but who knows what we can do. We've just got to be our own person at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But now that I'm with Danny, for example, think of all the fun that we have together, even though we're a good match. And I know for a fact he makes me feel happy at the end of the day. And, as long as that's making me feel happy, that's all that matters.
And so little things, little goals, getting up to, like, because Jack's I'm 20 and you're 20,
21.
21, yeah. So we're close there, and now he's got his new chair. He can actually get up to the bar and have a drink like a normal 21-year-old,
Yep, like,
so
I got this chair on Monday
like
from the Ability Centre, because what's been going on is my mum has been getting hassle with the NDIS regarding my chair, and, it's been upsetting her, and I know how that feels. It even made her sick for a bit, but she's better now. But the thing is that now that I've got it, Danny's right. I can be independent at what I'm trying to do. It's like, I'm thinking I'm not asking for much in my life. All I am asking is for that tiny bit of freedom that I can have just to be a normal person again. Because I'm sick and tired of just trying to feel annoyed all the time. I want to do something about it to show people who I really am in life. And obviously you can understand that from where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw you park when you parked, and I actually saw that you could turn your chair around in the back of the van.
Oh, you mean when we parked the car this morning, when we parked it outside the car park?
Yeah, and I saw you turn your chair around in the van and actually drive out by yourself.
Can I ask how that made you feel?
Happy. Because, I see people all the time and they need a lot of help to get in and out, and I can't imagine what it would be like to have to always wait for somebody.
Yeah,
to
I
help
understand
me.
that.
So does that feel a lot more empowering for you to be able to do those things now with your new chair?
Well, the good news is now that I've got my new chair, I feel like I've finally got my independence back, and I can understand why that makes me feel happy, because I'm not having to rely on people as much anymore, and I'm trying to do things myself to be independent as much as possible, and it's a good thing. Yeah. So, yes, it does make me feel happy, actually, as a matter of fact, because I've waited so long for this chair, and all the fighting has just been going on constant, and my mum and I have just reached a point where we said, you know what, we've had enough of all this. So she went down to go see Josh Wilson, who was in charge, not of the NDIS, but in his office. But after she went to go see him, that's when all the funding was available in my plan, and Josh Wilson managed to fix everything after my mum went to go pay him a visit. So that is good.
So do you have any questions for us?
I have one. Have you ever faced any discrimination? And if you have, how do you deal with it personally?
I do feel a bit discriminated sometimes. Like, can I give you an example? Okay. Say, for example, like I'm waiting to use the disabled toilet, and a lot of the times actually, my mum and I go, but there's been some women coming out of the disabled toilet who aren't even disabled, that can walk in their high heels and nothing's wrong with them, and they've been keeping me waiting for that long now. Can you imagine how frustrating that is?
Yeah.
So, yes, that's a part where I do feel a bit discriminated sometimes, and a part of me guesses that I'm not the only one that feels like that.
So how do you find that you deal with when you do feel discriminated against?
Well, I take deep breaths, I learn how to control my anger, and I learn how to cope through things that annoy me. Like, if things get on my nerves, but if I said to that person who was in the toilet, you've been in there for a long time, and they just have a go at me, I'm not going to let that annoy me. I'll say, you know what, here's two options. You either have 2 minutes to get out of the disabled toilet, or I would tell, like, say at the casino, the security guards that you've been annoying me, and then they'll do something about it. So that's how I deal my way with discrimination. Thanks for asking.
So how is it for you from a accessibility point of view? I mean, there's so many places probably you want to go to, and you probably find so many places where you find that with a wheelchair you don't even get past the door. What's your experience with that, and how do you feel about that?
Yeah, like sometimes I've gone to some get-togethers for some people's houses, and with the old chair, I couldn't even get into people's houses, to be honest, and it was torture. That what my mum and I went through, it was awful. Yeah, but I am finding ways to get through things now, and a good thing at my home, we're gonna try and get some portable ramps for my new chair now. Well, because my mum, when I went to the ability centre on Monday, she had to get me in and out the van 8 times, I think, and 8 times is really hard for a person like my mum. And you can understand that, of why that makes my mum feel a bit, just not angry, but just a bit frustrated. Yeah, but no, I do have ways of getting through things. I can't even get into people's houses. That makes me feel frustrated, but there are ways I can get through it, Jeff. So the way that I look at it from a clear point of view is that by taking deep breaths, because I don't let my anger get the better of me, I find ways to deal with it. And by taking deep breaths, I calm down, and then I figure, wait, there's a solution. Here's how we're going to fix this. Then I say, what about if you just reverse me backwards? Sometimes it'll help. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not admitting or saying that everything's perfect in life, because it isn't.
And like the toilets as well, Jack. You know, remember at the disco?
Oh,
and
the
the
East End
bars
Markets,
are too
it's
far
terrible.
away.
Like, let me give you an example. So it's a disabled toilet at the East End Markets, right? And I can't even, like, go to the toilet because I'm only allowed to hold on to one bar, and the other bar is so far away I can't even reach. And Pam, who's in charge of the East End Markets, hasn't even done anything about it yet. And it's frustrating me and my mum out. And we've just reached to a point where we say, look, you have a week to get this sorted, but if not, my mum's going to do something about it. But my mum's only doing this out of love because she cares about me. Just proves that I've got a good mum that cares.
So you live at home with your mum?
Yes, and my twin.
Okay. And how many days do you have?
So I have Jack on Wednesdays.
Wednesdays from 12 till 3 here at Inspire Radio.
Yeah, so we do every time it's the same. It's just radio. But I used to have him on Fridays as well, where we go say to the city and stuff, and I take him on the buses and everything like that, and as many places as we could get to.
We did, however, go to this lovely cafe once when he had me on a Friday. You know, like the Miss Mod Hotel. Was it in the city, and I got this lovely tuna mayonnaise roll. But I got it with a little bit of spring onion and cucumber. Oh, yeah, it was good. I love anything that involves cucumber. I love cucumbers. Yeah.
Nice and healthy.
Like, what are your favourite foods?
Oh, I know it's controversial, but mine is definitely olives. I know a lot of people don't like olives.
I like olives.
But
I love
nothing
olives.
better than just a jar of black olives. Yeah, it's
The
delicious.
sliced black ones.
Yeah, or the chili garlic ones.
Yeah. Feta in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now we're getting off track, but it's yeah.
That's nice, actually. But if I'm honest, I'm glad that you like olives, but I don't.
And a lot of people don't like.
The bitterness, I think.
Oh, but the good news is that we're entitled to have our own opinions at the end of the day. So I'm glad that you like olives, but if we make a decision that if we don't like something, that's what our gut is telling to stick with.
I love really cold mango that's been cut.
Do you want to know what I love the most? I'm not sure how you feel about this. That's why I wanted to ask you. How do you feel about a mango and passion fruit yogurt?
Yeah.
I love mango and passion fruit yogurt. That's my favorite. Or even have that in a smoothie with some vanilla yogurt.
Yeah. Well, I just eat, you know how you make it, you cut it a certain way so you can fold it
little square.
inside out. And I get mango all over my face, but I really don't care 'cause it's so delicious.
I actually do love mango because I find it like it's incredibly healthy for you.
I eat the skin as well. Yeah, everything. Nothing goes to waste.
Like my mum's a really good cook. She cooks really good food.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
And what we had last night for dinner was that we also had, you know, like the beef ragoon. It's those lovely soft layers of meat, and it's nice and juicy with the carrot and onion and the red wine sauce that goes with it. So that with the potato bacon, the skin, and some nice sour cream went with it and everything.
I know we
I
can
know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best part about it, because I love telling people about what I have to eat, but sometimes they say, "Oh, you're making me feel hungry," but it turns out they've got a point.
So I have another question.
Yeah.
I know that kids are very curious and kids come out with a lot of questions. How do you feel about kids and others asking you about your disability?
I can tell them, but truthfully, look, I'll say this in a clear point of view. I know it can be hard for them to understand, and I don't blame them for that, but I'm happy to tell them about my disability. But as long as they remember it's about what makes me feel comfortable at the end of the day. Like, if I don't want to tell them and they keep telling me about your disability, I'm not going to tell them. If my answer's no, my answer's no. Because that's what I choose to go with.
And when they like look at you, and staring and stuff from a young age, and you teach them it's not all right.
Look, I did do that a few times when I was about 4 or 3. Like, I think it was about 4. I got my first chair, but Mum just went in to go get some food shopping, and I agreed to go with her because she didn't want to go without me. That's fine. But, it's the way how people kept staring at me that kept making me feel uncomfortable, and I said to them, here's the thing you need to learn. Don't stare at me, or if you've got something to say, say it, or if you don't have anything to say, don't say it at all. I was just teaching them a lesson that I don't like being stared at. And obviously you can understand how that feels from my point of view.
Yeah, that's right.
Have you felt that over the years that hasn't happened as much? It's getting better and people are more accepting because we're more educated now. When I was young, I didn't really see disabled people, but now they go to mainstream schools and it's, Do you feel that it's better now, or it's still really discriminatory, or people staring?
Well, I think regardless of what people think, if they still see me in the chair at the age that I am now, I suppose that doesn't bother me. But if you want my honest opinion, I still do find it a bit discriminating. And it's not like I have to apologize for that, because I'm just telling people how I feel deep down. And obviously you can understand that, of how that does make me feel.
I reckon they need to teach it in the younger kids in primary school, because the older kids, you get that capacity where you start learning yourself and but the younger kids need to be told at a younger age so they can build it up, It's more the younger, that 10, 11, and they the worst ones, I would say. But, I mean, they don't know any better. That's the problem. Yeah.
Or say if they're still at a young age, because some parents do have young kids, and I won't lie, because I've seen some around the shopping centre. But if they keep staring at me and I say no, that I don't want to talk about my disability, or if the parents say no, don't stare at that person in a chair, they need to hear and understand the word no from their parents.
I just
I've got another question in regards to rights. When it comes to exercising your rights, have you ever faced any challenges?
Exercising my rights. Can I ask in what way?
Rights to probably, when it comes to funding or accommodation, any sort of funds at all, or any sort of way, pretty much in general.
Any rights that I do have, I'll say that I'll find a way to get through them, because I'm very brave at what I do. But I do have ways of getting through things that do make me feel comfortable. And yes, I I might have some rights sometimes, like sometimes when I say if I, because my disability, this is what they said, say if I got a drink, my left hand would have struggles sometimes, and it struggles to turn over. But I can use my right hand, but I just need a bit of guidance. Like even I need help with like things at home sometimes, like dressing, showering, and all that. And I know that might sound a bit embarrassing for you guys, and you can say if you think I'm embarrassing you, because I get it. Yeah, but there are some ways how I look at things from a good perspective, and you're right. No matter what I do, I promise you, I try and be brave.
That's right. Just and to add on that, as far as rights in complaining, have you faced any challenges when it comes to rights to complain about whatever services you receive?
Well, I admit I don't complain as much, but I have faced some challenges in life. Yes, like I've even had surgery. And surgery's been one of the hardest, painful things for me that I've ever had to go through. I screamed and screamed in hospital that day, and my mum was sobbing her eyes out because she felt so sorry for me and just felt just sorry and upset of seeing me in pain. And I can understand that she's not the only one that was upset. Even my brother was at that time. But things were crucial back then. But I've learned that when I do, because I have to get physio done in the morning, and I only get physio done. It was supposed to be done five days a week, but the current lady Sharon that I have, she had to get surgery, so I only have people to come and do physio with me of Tuesdays, Thursdays, but still no one for Monday, Wednesdays, or Fridays. Yep. So I know that might sound a bit frustrating to you, and I can understand if you feel a bit upset or a bit shocked that it might be a lot to get your head to get through and everything. But is there any other questions that you might want to ask, or you might be thinking of, or?
Do you have any struggles when it comes to dating? I know that's a bit juicy, but...
Okay, so just to clarify, do you mean as in dating romantically?
Yeah. I'm curious.
Okay, well, I mean, I've never kissed anyone before, but the only person I've ever kissed is my mum.
Oh, that's wholesome. But what about like when you go to the disco and stuff? You tell me you see some nice looking girls down there.
Okay, because I try to socialize as much as possible, and because socializing is a part of what makes me feel happy. Because I just want to be out there like any 21-year-old person is, and live my life and have fun. And obviously, you can understand how good that feels for me to have that freedom in my life now, so that I don't have to be as home as much anymore. I'm trying to be as social as much as possible. So even like, for example, say I go to the Eastern Markets disco, I eat dinner, go have a bit of a dance with Lisa. Lisa's like, I have to go out for some, say if she said like I have to go out for some fresh air for a bit, like that's all right, I'll go keep myself company while you go have a bit of fresh air. Please, you can go. And so she goes, and I just like go, I dance by myself for a bit. But then say if someone comes up to me and she's like, oh, hello, what's your name? Like, I love introducing myself and everything, just to give them meet and greet. And like, what's your name? They'll say their name is blah, blah, blah. And I say, my name is Jack. Nice to meet you. So I think it's good that you get that social inclusion, like meeting people is what makes you feel happy at the end of the day. But I do like dating, yes, but the truth is I've never tried it.
Okay, so my question is like, what are some of the free organizations out there that will help individuals that have disabilities, and how do they like advocate for them as well? So assist them and help them and speak on their behalf.
So there can be some organisations out there, Bella, that can help people with disabilities truly, but they all have different ways of doing it, because some people, organisations that help kids with disabilities, like or adults, they have different ways. Like for life skills example, it's all about money handling, it's all about transport training, or the other, or can I put as an example, the other Alcara, that's the name, and the other company Alcara that I go with is that my friend Lynette, she's always about good with my budgeting, good with the money handling, and the For Life Skills does the transport training. Even we do cooking. I did cooking a few days ago. And me and my support worker, Radic, we cooked something nice and I took it home for the whole family. So, I was heading into Coles in Coburn Gateway. Then I thought, I feel like cooking, going towards something sweet. So I decided to go for something sweet. And you know how you get those like little cakes that are in the box, like the Betty Crocker's designs. Yeah. So I'm trying to look through the flavors to see what ones I like the most. And guess what flavor I picked out? Strawberries and cream.
That's very
It was either that or some red velvet cakes, but I'm like, red velvet is good, but strawberries and cream sounds a lot more yummier. So I got that one because my mum likes strawberries and cream also as well. It's her favourite. She likes rum and raisin ice cream. Well, one time, Danny took me to Jalari for an ice cream once. We got some good ice creams. I got the ice cream in the cup, some cappuccino flavoured ice cream, and he got a chicken palmy for dinner, this size, and it was literally about like this size, and he's like, "Oh, I managed to eat all of it."
What else happened there as well? Did you have a dance with those girls?
Yeah, because well, after I had my dinner, which was a nice like the medium sirloin steak that I got 250, which is the medium one, I'm guessing. And I got that with the creamy mushroom sauce and some nice chips and salad to go with it. Oh, even the salad had like big chunks of avocado with the Caesar dressing. It was so good. I know I'm making you feel hungry talking about all of this.
But Jack, about that advocation, who helped you get this placement? I know because I wasn't there, the one to help. Who was it? The other?
With Inspire Radio, as in regards to that, the reason how I'm here where I am now is I got a bit of help when I first came here. I was searching on Google for some part-time jobs, that maybe I could be interested in, but I knew the more I thought about it, music was my hobby, and I thought that this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to do for a living, because it's what I'm dedicated to, what makes me feel happy, and surely you can understand that. So
how often do you do your program here?
So
what are you doing today?
On Wednesdays, I work here from 12 till 3. And Danny and I have turns of picking songs. Like, we take turns because I say that's how it works. I pick a song, you pick a song, and then that's how it goes. That's very nice. Yeah.
Who's got the better choice of music?
Oh.
Really different. He likes pop.
I'd say probably me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He would say that, yeah. No, I don't mind his music as well. You got Coldplay Yellow there. I love that song as well. Yeah.
And also my other favourite song that me and my mum love, Not Fair by Lily Allen, and my other favourite song, Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo. Oh, I love Olivia Rodrigo. She's my favourite. Got a great voice when she sings. But no, I really loved coming here. But the reason why I got the push to be where I am today is another support worker I was with for a few months. But he had to go back to see his family, and he's living there permanently now. But his name's Damien Stonehouse, and he gave me the confidence because I just needed a bit of a push. And I admit I was a bit nervous when I came here the first day, because when I came in the first day, I wasn't actually near Rockingham. I was near where the Hungry Jacks is? Yeah, there was an Inspire Radio thing there, but it's closed down now.
Jack, can I ask you?
Yes.
The world we live in at the moment, COVID times.
Yes.
What's your view? How has it affected you, or what sort of changes has had to happen to you?
Well, I'd say that COVID has been tough for each and every single one of us. But the way that I've been looking at it to keep myself occupied is by saying that we can't give up on who we are truly as a person. We've just got to keep ourselves focused, wash our hands, sanitize, and do the cleaning up as much as possible. But together, I know that we can get through this. And it turns out I'm not the only one who thought like that. Well, the only reason why I was thinking like that is because I was brought up and raised by a good family who loves me, including my mum, for that matter.
What about your relatives back in
the UK? Yes,
Yeah.
My grandmother, Rose, who I spoke to the other night on the phone. The UK has been doing it really tough for COVID over there at the moment, and I've actually been, well, not upset, but just thinking about how things have been really, really tough for them at the moment. And I think now that the UK is, I think, starting to come down a bit, I'm probably just telling myself, thank goodness the worst is over. So things have been tough for me, yes, but the way I've been focusing on things is by telling me that I can stay strong and I'm capable of what I do. And that is the way that I look at it. But to keep myself occupied in lockdown, I always like to listen to my music and everything. Like, even when the summer weather comes back in, I'm gonna go in my pool because I've got a swimming pool at my house. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, how do you pass your day when you're not here? What do you do through your day?
Before I come here or when I'm finished?
Well, or maybe any other
Every day.
Well, but before I come here, I wake up in the morning, brush my teeth, get dressed, have breakfast, have a coffee, and then I come here. And then...
Jack, what about the days that you don't come out in the community and it's just you and mum, or you're just at home, that you got nothing to do, lazy Sunday sort of thing?
Well, I do like doing a bit of reading.
What do you like reading?
Non-fiction books.
That's nice.
Or even I've been reading a book about a golden retriever that's been keeping me occupied called Pet Trouble. Well, because now that I've got my golden retriever at home, but what she does is that when I read my books, she likes to jump up and lie on my bed with me while I'm reading my book in bed sometimes.
Nice.
Yes. But golden retrievers are really cute. And, if I didn't have any pets, I meant what I'd said before. I'd be feeling lonely if we didn't have any pets in our family. And a part of me is telling myself I wouldn't be the only one that feels lonely. A lot of people would. Like, do you have any pets at home?
Oh, I don't have any pets because my mom's allergic to pets. So
Oh, no, that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, my respite lady, Tina, who takes me out for respite, because I'm not sure if you've heard about respite. She actually not long ago had her baby girl. She's got a new baby girl now. Yeah, so she's gonna bring the baby over soon so I can have my first hold, and she's asked me to be the uncle.
That's so beautiful.
So I can't wait to have my first hold of the baby. I'm really excited. Yeah, but no, there are some positive ways how I admit COVID has affected me really badly sometimes, but I do have ways of getting through it. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, it's crazy times we live in.
Yeah, but I always say there's a solution to every problem of how you can fix things.
Yep, very true.
Yep. Or even I like watching a bit of a movie on Netflix sometimes to keep me occupied. Yeah, like I like watching Dairy Girls, my favourite comedy show.
Got another question
Yes.
about the services that are available to you now. You say you're 21.
Yes, that's true.
So the services that the level of services and the level of care and everything, how has that changed sort of over, say, the last 10 years or so?
Like the level of services that I've
That's available to you, that you utilise.
yeah, well all the organizations that I go out with now, like for life skills and our carer, at least I'm telling myself I'm trying to be as social as much as possible, but I do have ways of getting through things though, and I admit it has affected me a little bit, but I'm trying to look positive on things now.
Do you think there's more, like when you were like 10 or something like that, was there as many places that you could go out, or is there more now, like more for life skills and places like that can take you out?
Oh, say when I was about like the age of 9 or 10, I just thought, I just told myself, thinking in my head, I wish there was some services that could take me out sometimes so that I could just give my mum a break and let her be for a bit. But now that I'm more older, I'm finally getting that confidence boost back and feeling back to my normal self. And you know how that feels. And it's giving my mum a sign of relief as well. Like, it's even good for her to have some time to herself as well, because she needs it, given everything that she does, like looks after me 24/7 as a carer. And being a carer is one hard thing.
So with your new chair that you now have, that
Yes.
gives you more freedom. Does that mean you can actually go out on your own?
So
Or you usually have someone with you?
no, I usually have someone with me. Yes, I still can go out. But the good news is that say like if with the old chair I wasn't able to reach drinks at the bar now, but with this new chair I can just go up more higher and higher. Then I'm able to go order a drink or cocktail myself. Yeah, but it's so much more better that way. You're not having to rely on people as much anymore. Like, I'll still ask for help when I need it, but this is something where I'm telling myself, I'm me now, and I want to do what I want to do, because I've missed being all that independent person, because this is me and this is what I want to do for a change in my life. And some of you might find that a bit weird and a bit complicated, but it's the truth.
So is that everyone throwing off their
Yeah, I
questions
think,
there?
yeah,
Yeah,
what
you
questions
covered a
we
lot.
answered.
Covered a lot there.
Is
so-
that everything, or like any other questions you wanted
I have another
to
one
ask?
for you.
Yes.
All right.
How would you see yourself to be part of some organisation that would help other people with disabilities? Is that something you could be interested in?
Well, my mum's friend, Jeanette, works for a company called I'm Online, and I'm Online is a company, I think you'd be interested to have a look at it in the internet when you go home, is a disability where she works with people with disabilities, and I've been a part of it. I was a part of the cover for the photo shoot once me and my mum were.
What about being more than on the cover of something? What about being part of a organisation that would help other people? Would that interest you?
You're right. I'd love to do something like that. I just need to figure out when the right time is.
Right, okay. Because I'm working with a organisation that we try to help people with disability, and I can tell you more about it sometime and see if you're interested in being part of that.
Oh, I would do, definitely. I'd love to give it a try.
Yeah.
What kind of organisation is it?
It's called Ability Heroes, and we use ability because we don't want to focus on the disability of people. We want to focus on the ability of people. And heroes is, everyone, you're a hero. What you're doing is fantastic.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is we want to create a directory of locations where people with any type of disability can go to and know what they find there. And you would be a fantastic person also to check out some of the locations and see whether they're actually working for you, or you could be part of the organisation to give us feedback, and we could probably talk about that.
Would you guys like have a local Facebook page or something? Or
We have a local website.
well, I could maybe go if you write down the information. I could Google it on my phone when I go home, if that's all right with you.
I can give you a card and everything's on there. Yes.
Like in case I wanted to email you for any information, or would that
all-
help? Or
Yep, we'd all be there.
all right, well, thank you for letting me know. I'll have that in mind.
Good.
Thanks for coming on
Thank
today
you.
as well. And
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
good luck with your studies.
Thank you. Lovely to see you guys.
I hope you enjoyed our company today.
Oh, definitely.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you so much for coming in, and thank you so much for being so understanding when I told you my stories about my disability and everything. I admit that it must have been a bit hard for you to hear.
That's all right, Jack.
No, not a
You're an
problem.
inspiration.
That's what we're
Jack.
signing up for.
Yeah. That's what we like.
Yeah, apparently everyone thinks I'm an inspiration at what I do.
You are.
Well, at least all I can tell myself is give it my best shot and just be the best that I can be.
I like your attitude. You're always like when we spoke before we started in the break room, you were happy. You came in with this giant smile on your face. Like I was a bit nervous coming in, but you know it made me like feel a lot of ease. Like how like you know accommodating and stuff you were, and it's just it's nice to meet someone who's always so happy and brighten
I
my
know.
day a bit. It did.
I know, isn't that the funny? When you meet someone that has a good attitude, you can tell that you have a good vibe with them
Definitely.
straight away. And I'm really glad that you think that, because it takes a while for people to get used to my company sometimes.
Yeah.
Like they might feel a bit weird of talking to me, but the more they get to know me, the more it can be a good thing.
I think you're a very sociable person.
Very.
You can
Thank you.
easily get along with straight away.
Yeah.
Get that energy.
I think your positivity really comes through, and that
it
inspires
shines.
other people.
Yeah.
And that makes it then easy for people to talk to you.
Yeah.
To warm up to you.
Yeah, I hope you guys like seeing me a part of the family at Inspire Radio.
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I hope I've brightened up your day a bit and everything.
I'm a smile on my face now. Like, I'm good.
So enjoy. the
Oh, well,
rest
that's
of the
great.
day.
Yeah, have a good day, Jack.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, you
Bye.
too.
Hey, Jack.